Sections 6.3 and 6.4. In these sections, we're going to talk about multiplication and division of signed numbers and exponents and square roots. Multiplication and division of signed numbers. These rules are the same whether you're multiplying whole numbers or fractions. The product or quotient of two positive numbers is a positive number, as in 6 times 5 equals 30. The product or quotient of two negative numbers is a positive number. Negative 6 times negative 5 equals positive 30. The product or quotient of one negative and one positive number is a negative number. 6 times negative 5 equals negative 30. When multiplying more than two numbers, whichever sign has the greatest number of multipliers determines the sign of the answer. For a quotient, you will normally divide two numbers or fractions at a time. As an example, negative 6 times 5 times 4 times negative 3 times negative 2 equals negative 720. There are three negative numbers and two positive numbers, so the answer is negative. Exponents and square roots. When the same number appears many times in the multiplication, it is easier to write it in a shorthand form using an exponent or power for the number of times the numbers to be used as a factor in the multiplication. The number that is raised to a power is called the base. As an example, 2 times 15 times is the same as 2 to the power of 15 written in exponent shorthand. 2 is the base, 15 is the power of the exponent. So when we're solving for the sign of a number raised to a power, for a positive number raised to an exponent, the answer is always positive. 2 raised to the 15 equals positive 32,768. The answer is positive since the base is positive. So no matter what power a positive base is raised to, the answer is going to be positive. For a negative number raised to an exponent, if the exponent is an even number, the answer is positive. For an odd exponent, the answer will be negative. So for example, negative 2 raised to the 15 equals negative 32,768. The answer is negative because the base is negative and the exponent is odd. So negative base, odd exponent, negative answer. Negative 2 raised to the 16 equals a positive 32,768. The answer is positive since the base is negative and the exponent is even. As a reminder, the number 1 raised to any power is always 1. For instance, 1 raised to the 20th equals 1. And any number raised to the power 0 is 1, so 15 raised to the 0 equals 1. You can use your calculator for exponents. For squaring a number, use the x squared key. To calculate 3 squared, type 3, then the x squared key, then enter, and it'll give you the answer. To raise a number to any other power, you're going to use the key with the little caret on it. To raise 5 to the third power, type 5, hit the caret key, 3, then enter, and you'll get the answer. Here's an application problem. The percent resolution of an 8-bit digital to analog converter is given by this calculation. Try it on your own, and then we'll go through the answer. To calculate, simplify exponents first. Your problem, 1 divided by 2 to the 8th minus 1 in parentheses times 10 squared. You're going to simplify what's inside the parentheses first. Inside the parentheses is 2 to the 8 minus 1. You raise 2 to the 8 power, and it's 256. So now your equation becomes 1 divided by 256 minus 1 times 10 to the 2, which is 100. Simplify the denominator. 256 minus 1 is 255. So now you have 1 over 255 times 100. Now multiply and divide left to right. 0.003922 times 100 equals 0.3922. A number that is squared is called the square root of a number. For example, 7 is the square root of 49. If you don't remember your multiplication tables, to get the square root, you can use your calculator. The square root key is on your calculator and it looks like a division sign. To use it, to get the square root, press the key with the square root symbol, then type in the number, then hit enter. You cannot take the square root of a negative number.